Hello, friends. How are you? I just want to say a great, big, huge thank you to all of you guys, old subscribers, new subscribers. Thank you so much for flagging me about what was happening with Truth Warrior Tarot and what she was experiencing. And it is really upsetting when you start seeing things going backwards and things don't make sense. It's hard not to take it personally, because then when you ask for help, they say, well, it's you. No, it's not us. I just really appreciate you guys getting out there and dialoguing. I was so happy to see that a lot of you had commented in real time when Truth Warrior went online to explain what was happening. And thank goodness, I mean, this is truly divine intervention that I found these guys who uncovered this whole thing with P-scores. Now, I will tell you, since I posted that video, though, my views are down. I feel like I'm back in the black box. And although crazy, but I'm so excited. I think I got about 20 new subscribers this week. They finally opened the revolving door. Or actually, they don't have it locked, because it seemed like they'd let a subscriber in and then unsubscribe someone who is already here. So I just want to thank you guys for checking your status, for checking your notifications, and for getting the word out there. This reading I'm going to do right now, I was just listening to one of the videos by one of the kids. I don't know how to say his name. Bowblax. He's the one that I'm going to. He doesn't like to go grocery shopping. Apparently he doesn't like people. I don't know how to shop. But anyway, I digress. I need to add YouTube to this Taroscope, because not only are there changes... Oh, and I have to get a new name for YT. Am I just going to... I don't know what I'm going to call it, because, you know, they're going to send their bots out and they're going to figure out what we're talking about and la 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 la. So it's going to be a... We'll think of something fun. But there's some big changes to the terms of service that are happening come December 10th. Something happened with the FCC, and it was a law that they were, long story short, that people who have kids, channels geared towards children are probably not going to be monetized anymore. And that now that they're trying to get this elite 5% of channels to get the best ads, leaving the 95% out again. Gee, this kind of like reflects our economic classes, doesn't it? Here, we're back to the top 5% now. We're going to leave the 95% of YouTube YT creators out. It's just not cool. I can go into a lot of information about the history of how this, how YT got started, startup money, all that, and of course all the rubles and the oligarchs and the Russian connections. Oh my gosh, my hands are so gross. Call it Red, because I think they have a service called Red. And their little icon thing is red. So that's what I'm calling. I have another new nickname. So I will have to remember to post that. Yeah, and so that has really brought down my views. I'm very excited. This full moon is going to be a jolt, you guys. Come Monday at 8:30 a.m. And I did my very first pick a card tarot on the best way for you to handle this upcoming full moon. I really like it. I hope you check it out. I have to put the timestamps in there and then make it public. But I am back to Red. YouTube. Back to Red. listening to him, all of a sudden I just felt a jolt. Like there's a much bigger picture going on. This is longer term, long range thinking by them. In August, Donald had the so-called executive order that was being floated at the White House. It was being floated so much that every single news organization got to write an article about it, so it'd get publicity. I don't think it was ever signed, but nonetheless, that is when a lot of people started seeing changes in what was happening with their channels. It is just mathematically, sequentially, reliable slope patterns that a mathematician, I think, could just look at all of my charts and my graphs, and they don't have to know anything about astrology, and I bet that they could pinpoint a date when things roll back to zero. I'm already like below 100 in a lot of things. That is how kind of sloppily predictable the pattern is with how things are being adjusted. The other one on red was saying that October was the worst month he had ever seen at the red. For glitches and algorithms. And so that was in October. This like so-called executive order started in August, gives you a couple months to roll out an algorithm right before the elections in November. I think they're going to keep capping away for election season next year and beyond. There is speculation that with this new terms of service in December, people are going to, like 90% of the money is just probably going to float away. I don't know where they got that figure, but the guess is they're just going to try to take everything away and forget all the creators. The New York Times has a really great article, kind of the historical timeline of how this happened for YouTube creators and all this stuff. And now it seems like they're trying to just get out of it and just cater to a certain 5% and maybe become their own cable company. Let everybody else go somewhere else, and that can be their problem. So I'm going to be adding the red to the Taroscope. So I want to add them for this quarter moon, Monday, November 4th. We have a full moon on Monday, but at least get a baseline, and that's going to help. So red, that's your ascendant. What's your beginning of this week? What did you have in the first house of identity, red? Nine of Wands. So why in the world are they burdened about something? Or the election was 2 days later. I am shocked to see that they have a burden here. I know that they had a settlement with the FTC. That is very interesting. Red. Your secrets, your hidden enemies, secret plans. What's just below the surface that nobody is supposed to know? Just below the subconscious of red. Your company. Two of Pentacles, balance. So they are definitely balancing two different concepts. Almost like I'm thinking like parallel platforms. Yes, parallel platforms. What's the hopes, wishes, dreams, humanitarian efforts by red? Temperance, here we go again. We are blending two things, two ideas, two platforms, two concepts. You know who always has this Nine of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Temperance? That is someone from the Trump regime, Trump dynasty. The 10th house, the public house this week for red. What's happening? for this company. There you go. Ace of Swords. That's not the sword of truth. That is like a scalpel cutting off the 95%, I feel like. Holy crap. Ninth house overseas, Putin's house. I mean, because if you think about it, if elections are being influenced by social media, and all of these elections have gone far right, and we've got dictators in every continent, they're all using YouTube. What gives? What's going on in the ninth house? Putin's house, lands far away. The Queen of Cups. Is this the United States of America? What was America is going elsewhere. This America's stuff is being taken, concepts. They're leaving us in the dark. They're leaving us in the dark. Leaving us in the... U.S. users are being left in the dark because of the hacking and the programming that's going on overseas. Hello, Russia. Those emails that I've gotten about my channel's going to be shut down in 24 hours unless you go and change your spam videos. They're shutting. Lands far away are the ones that are shutting it down. That has influence on what is happening to Americans here in the USA. Oh my God, Red. Oh my gosh, I hated seeing that image in my head. Just it like sucking the blood and life out of the U.S. and we're all in the dark because of Donald's besties. Okay, the 8th house, red, life, death, transformation, but more likely money, other people's money, money laundering, crypto. But oh my God, they are going by way of like a bit. Another thing I didn't ever get to mention yet, Twitter. Everyone's been praising Twitter about no political ads, but nobody has said a word about how, yes, they're going full crypto, electronic currency. And they announced the ad thing within hours after saying they were going the crypto route. So we haven't even talked about that. 8th house, shared resources, red. There you go. 6 of Pentacles. They're not being very charitable. So they are having some sort of money operation going on. Taking all that YouTube revenue away. And I wonder who's going to get it. Not the 95%. Red. What do you think about we the people? Creators. Queen of Wands. We're a very passionate group. We're a very passionate group, yes. Queen of Wands led by Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Dems. I got screaming Dems, screaming liberals, all of yous. You know, kind of like we are being pushed to this side. In the 6th house of day-to-day work service, public servants, military, investigation. What do you have here, Red? The King of Swords. This is what they're doing. The King of Swords. Their King of Swords. Their lawyers are looking into how to slice and dice things. And I'm going to say weaponize it because the Ace of Swords is in the 10th. They're in planning stages. In the 5th house of the Sun, that would be the CEO of Red. Knight of Swords. That's what the CEO exec is doing. That's what the plans are. Fighting. Fighting. I don't think they're fighting disinformation. I think they're probably going to let it breed and take over because everyone's getting shut out. In the 4th house of home, Man, I gotta look at their incorporation date for the astrology chart because that's gonna tell us even more information. And if that was like 20 years, it was more than 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. In the 4th house of home, defenses, security, your clan, what do you have? This is what they're doing to the 95% of creators. I am telling you guys, it has been a total nightmare. I am not surprised at all that our friend broke down into tears. And I've seen other people, other guys, who say that this has been an, I know what a burden this is and how hard and heavy it is on the heart. Thank you so much for subscribers and everyone who sees this. Truly, you are a blessing in our lives. Yeah, this is what we're going through. Is this what red is going through? No, they're doing that. Okay, got it. Okay, this will be interesting. The 3rd house of publishing, electronic communication, digital communication, you know, everything electronic. This is like their house. It's that ruled by Gemini. How about that? Ace of Cups. They know they are creating a really emotional environment. Oh my gosh. 2nd house, income gains, things that they value. 9 of Cups, they can have whatever they want. Not whatever we want. They can have what they have, so much power. On the ascendant, they have the Hangman. They are going to catch a lot of people off guard. Wow. I need some clarifiers. What's going on here? Okay, so let's do some clarifying. Actually, this will probably be part 2.